Good morning everyone. My name is Bob Reed and I work as a training and development advisor for ACER, and Dave has asked me to give a short presentation on different kinds of digital tools that you could use if you're exploring embedded support with English and maths. These are some of the topics I'd like to cover with you in this short video, looking at what you could be doing during induction to explore maths and English skills, developing professional terminology, learners' confidence in understanding and using subject specialist terms for construction, using vocational text to develop reading skills, creating blended learning resources of different sorts, and then using video clips in interesting ways. So at the end of the video I'm going to leave you my email address and phone number, so if you want to find out more about any of the tools and the websites I'm going to mention, you'll be able to get back in touch with me. So just a chance to have a quick look at some of these websites and ideas, and if you want to find out more you can do that afterwards. We see here a set of what are called can-do cards. So this is actually a card sorting activity I've been using in a range of different vocational areas. This is a set of cards obviously for construction. These cards are about the size of playing cards, and each one contains a construction-related maths task. And here's another set of 4. And learners use these cards. They're asked to work in pairs or in small groups during an induction session as a way to get them to think a little bit about where maths might occur on their course. So it's the basis of a discussion activity, and learners are asked to sort them into 3 groups: those maths questions that they feel they're able to tackle, those that they're not too sure of, and those that they really don't want to look at all because they're unsure of how to tackle it. So it's basically a card sorting activity, and so it's just enough. I know it's a self-assessment task, and you may want to obviously give learners a more formal test, but actually it can be enough just to get people talking about where maths might occur within different tasks and different modules of the course that you're going to cover with them. Often that can be followed up by a little self-assessment checklist that you can help learners to complete, or they can complete on their own as a record of the discussion. But what I just wanted to mention to you that it's quite possible to create the same task using a set of online flashcards. And if I just click on that link, that should take us to the website. And you could see here that we've got these flashcards that work like this. So learners could work through these flashcards on their smartphones or on their tablets or on a laptop or a PC. They could mark which ones they're not sure of, mark the ones that they are, and they could, if you wanted, you could put the answers on the back. But it's just an interesting way in which you could create the same kind of card sorting discussion activity for an induction session that can be really useful. I often think if you don't engage learners in understanding why they need to develop their maths and English skills at the start of a course, it can be very difficult to build that in if you haven't already raised their awareness of the need for maths and English at the start of their course. For that purpose, you might like to use a little video clip on BBC SkillsWise. I'll not go to that clip now, but there's a whole set of clips on BBC SkillsWise that look at how maths and English skills are used in different sectors, manufacturing, food and drink, but there's one for construction. So that's just a short video that gets people out on building sites and managers talking about different contexts in which maths and English skills are actually being used. So just something to think about during an induction session that can help to raise the awareness of where maths and English skills fit into a range of jobs within the construction sector. Staying on the theme of video, Edpuzzle, I see that should be Edpuzzle there, not ePuzzle, is a website you can use to insert questions into videos. You could see here that so these green markers indicate where a question will appear on the right hand side of the video that learners have to complete before they can progress in watching the video. So this video here, you'll see It's about different types of mortar, and then as the learners work through the video, they are prompted to answer these questions. So these could be multiple choice or open-ended questions that you can insert, and then learners could watch these during a session or between sessions as blended learning tasks. And on the dashboard on the website, you get a lot of data on learner progress through any videos that you've asked them to complete. You can see how long they take to watch a video, how much of it they watched, how many questions they got right. And you'll see here that where there are multiple choice questions, they're automatically marked. But if they are open-ended questions, you can insert some feedback to them for learners on the website. Here's an example of how you can use Padlet, which is an online sticky board, to explore technical vocabulary as it might occur as you look at a particular kind of text. So Padlet is an online sticky board. So here we see the live Padlet board. So learners could, here you see a panel of information about a compound that's used to accelerate the hardening of mortar. So learners might have a laminated or a copy of this on their desks, but you could ask them to work through it in pairs or in groups. And as they work through it, they can post, if they come across any difficult words or phrases, they could guess what they mean, try to define them, and then on their mobile phones they can just add in, they can just post their comment there. So that's a really interesting way in which tutors could engage learners in working through a text, identifying and trying to work out any difficult subject specialist terms. Let's back to the slides. Padlet you could use also as the basis of a hazard spotting task. Here you could see a Padlet board where the tutor has posted a hazard spotting picture, and learners just post comments that identify particular hazards there. Again, going back to the GoConquer website, I just want to show you one or two other features of that website. We saw the flashcard option that you can use to create a set of flashcards that learners could use for self-testing, to check their knowledge of technical terms, names of tools and stuff. But there are other different features of the GoConquer website that might be of interest. You can create multiple choice quizzes, inserting graphics. I know quite a few of you have probably got your own virtual learning environment or Moodle, which would enable you to make up these kind of interactive, but it's worth having a look at the GoConquer website, because you'll see there's some interesting formats that you can use. For example, there's a drag and drop feature that you can use to create gap word exercises using different kinds of text that you could just upload and then create a little drag and drop feature. You could insert diagrams, building plans, where learners have got to label parts of the diagram. It could be you might want to, in order to develop some math skills, you may want to upload like a building plan where they've got to insert missing lengths. Here you see an example of a basic geometry question. In the kind of workshops and the support that I offer, we often look at how you can use QR codes. Here you see a QR code on the bottom of a worksheet. So if learners clicked on that QR code, they could access a video tutorial that explains the calculation strategy that's required for that particular maths task. I also worked on a project that looked at using QR codes in a workshop setting. This is actually an engineering company who looked at using QR codes in their workshops to enable learners to gain access to video clips that would explain how to do certain tasks and operate machinery. So that's an interesting project. Just going back to the GoConquer website again, you'll see that there's it enables you to create slide sets that I'm sure you're all using different kinds of presentation software, PowerPoint, Prezis and stuff, but on the GoConquer website you can create little slide sets like this with text and images. So instead of just having paper-based resources, you can quickly create kind of slide sets that have got images. But what's interesting is that you can also include interactivities. So you could, if I click here, you'll see that that link will take you to a little drag and drop activity to check the understanding of the text that they would have read on the preceding slides. So that's just a quick snapshot really of some of the websites and some of the digital tools that I see tutors using. If you want to find out more about any of those tools, obviously get in touch with me. There are a couple of courses that are subsidised by the Education and Training Foundation. One is called the Vocational Revitaliser course that can be contextualised all around construction. And the other one is using digital technology in English and maths teaching. And again, we could contextualise that for you if you wanted. So if you want to find out, those are just one-day courses. They could be hosted in your own institution. And if you want to find out any more about, if you want to find out more information about those two courses, then don't hesitate to get in touch with me by email or by phone. I hope that's been useful. Thank you.